Hello, welcome to another Soulprint mini. Thank you very, very much for being here. So I was just kind of scrolling through my phone, and Midas Touch is reporting that Donald Trump is now selling Bibles for $59.99 when all sales are final. There's no refunds. And millions are being set aside by the RNC to challenge the 2024 elections. So says Christina Bobb, who's that wacky lawyer of Trump's. So this led me to think that maybe I needed to just take a quick peek and see what's going on with the Republican Party. I mean, they are fighting. Matt Gaetz is now fighting with Marjorie because is trying to get rid of Johnson, and it was only a good thing to do that, to get rid of the Speaker of the House when Matt Gaetz suggested it, and so now he's going after her for trying to get rid of Johnson. And people are quitting left, right, and center. So let's just take a peek, shall we, and see what the kind of trajectory of the RNC is. So let's take a peek and see what we can find out. I have my tea. So what you're going to see in the short term is this continual bickering. People that have been sort of traditional Republicans, you're going to see them continuing to abandon ship. I'm getting, there's going to be at least another 3 or 4 people who say they're retiring, they're, getting out of Dodge. The mega Republicans are going to start like this infighting. They're going to start fighting and scrapping with each other. Johnson is going to be ousted, but I don't see it happening yet. I'm getting it's like a couple of months down the line still. He's actually, at some point, it's not going to matter anymore because I'm now getting very, very clear indications that Hakeem Jeffries is going to end up being Speaker of the House. I see that happening now before the fall. Because the margins were so small to start with, and now you have all of these people announcing their retirements and resigning from different committees, etc. So there's going to be more sort of fighting and scrapping. That James Comer guy he's going to start like coming under sort of fire. People are going to start questioning him as I'm talking about, like, in news interviews and stuff, where he's going to make a statement and he's going to actually get corrected or get told that, that really doesn't make sense. That kind of thing. So he's going to have a hard time as the days and weeks and months go forward to just try to save his own face. Jim Jordan is also going to be in that same boat where they're talking and people are just looking at them like, what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense. So both of them seem to kind of be struggling. They're both trying to go after Biden or the Biden family. That's not getting them anywhere. And they just, keep on kind of making fools of themselves. Also, Jim Jordan, it looks like he's going to have some sort of an issue coming at him more directly. I don't know what this is about. It could be about January 6th. But it seems like somewhere along the way, and I'm probably in the summer months, where he's all of a sudden, he's not so worried about Biden, he's more worried about covering his own butt. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's going to happen. So what you're going to see is the mega people start attacking each other. And the more traditional Republicans are just leaving because they're just disgusted. And what's so interesting is they're not leaving quietly. They're leaving and they're voicing their displeasure. They're talking about how crazy things have gotten. They're talking about their inability to support Trump in any way, shape, or means. And so that kind of energy is going to continue to expand. You're also starting to see finally people that were part of his administration coming out and saying, listen, the guy's a nutcase. He's stupid. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't understand basic politics. He cannot be reelected. So there's going to be a lot more of that going on. So what's going to happen is as Trump continues to sort of lose steam and frankly lose kind of credibility, you're going to see his popularity is sort of waning, right? It's on the downside. And what you're going to see is the MAGA Republicans really kind of scrambling to try to figure out, to try to find their space, their place, because he's not going to be out there leading them, right? I mean, he's just kind of so busy trying to save his own butt. And that's, become abundantly clear, right? I mean, the RNC has basically been told all the money that comes in goes straight to Trump. It's about saving him. It's about electing him. It's about paying his legal bills, whatever it is. And so you have down ballot Republicans who are saying, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why am I even going to bother trying to run? I'm not going to get any support at all from the RNC. So you're going to see this kind of continual deterioration. And the mega Republican wing, as 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 that sort of deterioration of Trump's popularity starts to increase, you're going to really, really see them floundering. And it feels like some of them are going to pivot to Democrats, right? They're going to go after Biden. They're going to go after Kamala Harris. They're going to try to find a new target to distract. Now, listen, we put up with years of this. We know that's exactly how they behave. So let's just, take their nonsense kind of with a grain of salt. By the time the 2024 election is over, the Republican Party is going to be in absolute shambles. And it's going to take a while for them to kind of recover. I don't actually see them doing particularly well at the midterms in 2026. They're not going to have been able to come together and present something that's cohesive, because as near as anybody can figure, me included, I can't find Trump hanging around with them at that point. And they're useless without a leader. I mean, it used to be at least they had a platform. So they could revert back to the platform, but now they don't even have a platform, except they love Russia, and they're not going to get anything done legislatively. That seems to be their platform. So they're going to have a really hard time kind of trying to gain traction. Between 2025, I guess, and 2026, the midterms, you're going to see a surge of kind of third party interest or attention. But it feels as if that energy is going to have stayed in a very extreme place, like, Project 2025, the Heritage Society, those kinds of really strict and stringent kind of rules, and, the Christian right, and nationalism. And that is not going to, again, gain traction. People are not going to be, Republicans and independents, I'm talking normal Republicans, are not going to be interested in going down that road. Many of them feel like they've already put up with a bunch of years of it. It didn't go well for them, and why would they continue? So it really does feel like the Republicans are really, really going to be scrambling. And listen, once Trump is no longer on the political scene, there goes the daughter-in-law, who's now co-chair at the RNC. She's going to go away. The Trump family is going to be floundering. They're going to probably talk about, Don Jr. or somebody running for president. That's not going to gain any traction either. So where we're going, just energetically, is a rejection of the kinds of ideas and philosophies and attitude that the extreme right has embraced. They're out of step with what the American people want. Frankly, they're out of step with the energies of the entire planet. And broadly speaking, I think politicians who continue to push those kinds of narratives are also going to find themselves struggling to hold on to their power or popularity. So where does that leave us? I don't see Matt Gaetz being around. I don't know if he's going to step aside, if he's going to retire, if he's going to get carted off to jail. Could happen. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't see him around. I don't see Boebert. I don't see Marjorie Taylor Greene. So there's going to be some real significant shifts and losses within the party itself, and it's just going to crumble. And as I said, it really feels as if they're preaching to the choir, all right? And the choir is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, but the other people are not at all inclined to be supportive of this. And any third party attempt as you go, towards 2028 is not going to really gain a lot of momentum if they stay in that sort of very extreme Republican attitudes and ideas of, women don't need to have autonomy over their body, and unless you're white, you really don't count, and, we're going to set up the government to run on the rules of the Bible. All of that stuff is just going to continue to really turn people off. And so they're going to find themselves really trying to figure out who they are and what they are. And I think that at that point, that's where you see Liz Cheney sort of stepping in and trying to refocus the party in a way that sort of gets back to some of, the more traditional Republican values. Again, the problem is that a lot of those values energetically are not in keeping with the overall energies and direction of the planet and the people on the planet. So, I guess, I don't know. Rest in peace, the Republican Party, right? It's definitely a downhill slide, and I think that things are going to get harder and harder for them. And frankly, it couldn't happen to a more deserving bunch of people. Please post your questions in the comment section, and hopefully I will see you on Friday with Pendulum Friday. Until then, take good care of yourself, be well, and I'm going to go to bed now and, take cough medicine. Bye-bye.